Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Live from Podville Media in Washington, D.C. and around the world, you're listening to The Mike O'Mara Show. California, Maryland, San Antonio, Texas, Rayne, Louisiana, that's R-A-Y-N-E, Frog City, Rhode Island. God, I wonder where that is. I grew up next to Rhode Island. Rimini, Italy, and Toledo, Ohio, which is known as the glass capital of the world, that I did not know.
I didn't either. I thought that was a good factoid, right?
Like glass is in meth?
No. Glass like, the material that they make a window out of.
Oh.
You're using the Walter White glass.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Welcome to the show. Interesting Monday, as they always are. Happy to be here with you, and happy to be feeling better, which is a good thing, when you start to recover without a little wrist
Look
thing.
at that.
Able to go up,
Hey!
down,
Mobility.
up, down.
And
not
no
completely
brakes.
healed yet, but, no breaks according to the doctor, but I'm, there was that little squiggly that she saw.
No, but I mean,
I
you're
don't
not
think-
wearing a brace today on Friday.
No breaks. I thought you said no breaks. No,
Just
yes, no
96 hours ago, you were unable to function without the brace.
Yeah,
and now
I don't get it.
You're
but it
waving
makes me-
goodbye like a beautiful young woman.
Like a Broadway star.
We were. It makes me completely feel for watching all the NFL football and those guys that I guarantee you that the pain that I was feeling on Friday, that there are guys that probably get taped up and go out and play football with that situation.
Yeah, but most NFL players have other people fix their watches for them.
This is true.
Yeah,
That's how I did it.
They're getting
Fixing a
into
watch.
car accidents every Sunday.
Yeah, hello, jeweler. Or if their car isn't stolen.
No, in
So
the
much
bodies
to
and
talk about today. So much going on in the world. Right before I came in to join you, I was watching a gentleman we've had on the show, Van Jones, who was talking about racism and brought up a great point that if anybody's out there thinking that because these cops that beat the crap out of the guy in Memphis and killed him were not racist, they're wrong. And Van Jones brought that up about it's the systemic police thing about communities that are valued and communities that are not valued, communities that are respected and communities that aren't respected. So we'll get into that maybe sometime at a later date. But I want to begin today with the games yesterday. The games yesterday were fascinating to me. We got a problem or something? What's going on?
I felt like I heard Ponyboy in the control room, so I said mute Pony. I was just letting him know.
That would be difficult to do a show if you heard that. That would be really hard. You know?
Well,
You heard him going,
now I thought I heard a chair moving. It was just me.
We wanted to make sure that his uproarious laughter isn't distracting.
Yes.
So
from the Bloom Room.
I think that I'm probably like a lot of NFL fans around the league when, and I don't want to sound sour grape-ish.
Okay.
Certainly for my friend Alan up in Jersey and Pennsylvania, and he's a Phillies fan. He's an Eagles fan. But I think I'm like a lot of fans that are probably saying, Super Bowl, Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs, meh, because they're just not, because they're winners, and they win big, they're probably not really popular among other NFL teams. So
but
that's the way I
Philadelphia fans love their team.
They do.
And
They
also, from an outsider looking in, when I came to the parking garage this morning, David, who is our parking attendant, and we've talked about him before, I said, did you watch football this weekend? He says, Philadelphia fans, I love them. They are crazy. He says, when they win, they destroy the city. When they lose, they destroy the city. I love the Philadelphia fans. And for someone who was not grown up in an American society where football is the thing, and you look in on that, that must be so crazy. We just accept it, that's Philadelphia.
Well, no, yes and no, because our soccer fans are as fanatic as your Philadelphia Eagle
but they're not greasing poles on the street.
They're doing worse.
No. Soccer fans around the world are.
Yeah,
in certain areas of the world,
yeah.
not in the United States.
No. But in where David's
soccer fans around
from,
the
which I
United
believe
States
is
show up in loafers and cardigan sweaters.
Correct. But
I'm going to see the Diplomats play.
I believe was it Dawit is from the Sudan.
Yes.
So that's what I guess if we you know.
All over Africa, soccer is huge.
Yes. My take is that, at least for me, the games, the Chiefs game, the Chiefs-Bengals was the best game, of course, of the weekend because the other one was a blowout, right? I feel for our San Fran fans because that was tough early on for the quarterback to go down. I didn't feel the excitement for the Super Bowl, and I still do not because I'm excited for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I don't feel the excitement for the Super Bowl.
But it's going to be easy to fake and hate some sort of it's going to be easy to hate the Eagles. It's going to be easy.
You root for a good game now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a good game.
What about the commercials, Mike?
I think that Philadelphia stop it. I think Philadelphia is going to thump them. That's just my opinion. I think they're going to get thumped. Now, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I want to talk about is a tale of two broadcast teams. Because listen, when I'm watching a game, normally when I don't have a dog in the fight, I could care less. And I probably had a dog in the fight where I was rooting for the Niners because I don't like the coach of Philadelphia because I'm a Giants fan. That's probably normal. And by the way, big controversy up in New York when they lit the Empire State Building up in green. Who the fuck thought about that? Who put their pea-sized brain into putting the Philly colors on the Empire State Building? What is going on?
Maybe no one will notice.
Jeez.
Duh. You can be a fan and live anywhere. Maybe the building operator's like, F it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, whoever did that.
Hey, you change the colors?
You change that, tell no one.
Manhattan, it's New York. You don't do that.
Hey, don't do it.
Yeah. So as far as the broadcast teams, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are ferried off to, what is it, Amazon? Is that where they went to?
I think the technical term is they rode the money train to Amazon.
Yeah, to Amazon. So that's where they went.
Yes.
And I realized that the pipeline of broadcasters, we have come such a long way from these old school guys. Joe Buck's father, Jack Buck.
Sure.
These wonderful, just steady Eddie, calm broadcasters, and you're telling
Vern
me
Lundquist,
Vern
Pat
Lundquist,
Summerall, yeah,
you got Pat Summerall. I listened to these two guys, and you're telling me, Fox, that's your A-list?
Mike, it's a shallow bench.
Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson, or as my wife referred to him, Dexter.
He does look like a roided up Dexter.
I see that, yeah.
I couldn't believe it, and then that's not why I'm talking. So I didn't care for them. He was unpleasant to listen to, and they
unrewarding,
manically babbled from kickoff to the last second of the game. Manically babbling. I mean, babbling, just constant over-exuberance for scoring on either side. And it just got old.
And a 21-point game with a 21-point difference for the bulk of it is not where you want a babbler.
Look, as a Giants fan,
fill the time.
They got their ass kicked by Philadelphia also, and I got the impression when I was watching that Kevin Burkhardt was I don't know if he did the game. I'm not even sure if he did the game. Somebody find out for me.
I'm looking.
But I think he did because it's over. But that's not why I bring this up. I bring this up to offer a compliment to one of the guys that's been at it a while, and you know it. And then you flip on over to Sabathia.
Yes.
And our old buddy Jim Nantz, who is Steady Eddie, who has a beautiful baritone broadcast voice. He does not get over exuberant unless it's at the perfect moment. And, it's not the same as some of his other broadcast partners, but it doesn't matter with Jim Nantz because he's a pro.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just give a shout out to Jim Nantz and tell him, man, you're one of the guys now. And I think Jim Nantz has been a really good company guy. When they, I don't know how it worked where he left the booth, left the pregame show, and moved back into play-by-play. But I have no idea what the deal was with that. But I know he's also done the Final Four, and he's also done the Masters every year. And I make fun of him when I'm doing that.
Does he do Miss Universe? I can't remember.
I don't think
I think he took a hard pass.
Oh, okay.
It's just night and day, and these guys that just have to yammer the whole time, and they both sound like they've sucked helium, and it's frustrating for me to listen to this team, and I just don't know how they got there.
Burkhart and Greg Olson, correct?
Yes.
Craig, but they did the Giants game too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and Carla says to me, what is that? Well, who are those guys? I said, I don't know, Carla. They drive me nuts too. And then when she said, I spit my drink out when she said he looked like Dexter. That was fun. But
that's a good call, actually.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we shall see. But I didn't like it. I didn't care for it one little bit.
Oh, well, did you watch it in the 4K? Looked like it was a beautiful looking game.
Yeah, I did. I watched that game in 4K. They did not have the CBS
in the
game
CBS.
in 4K. I bet you I can tell you what that reason is. We work for CBS, of course.
Well, overall, the stock isn't performed as we wish.
An underperformer.
Let's forego the 4K. No one's going to notice.
That's right.
But at the end of the Kansas City game, somebody tell me the name of the linebacker. I don't know who it was, number 57, for your Cincinnati Bengals, who just, boy, the overexuberance of a 15-yard personal foul that really won the game for Kansas City. It was, I was yelling at him because I thought it was just so stupid.
Jermaine Pratt?
Yeah. Was it Jermaine? Was it Jermaine?
57? That's who's 57 on the Bengals.
Maybe he's 58. I don't know.
Look.
57, 58, whatever it takes.
Nice. Just look up who screwed up the
I'm
game
doing that.
for it.
Who lost the game?
Who lost the game? It just was sad. I went from yelling at him, no, because I was hoping I'd like to see Cincinnati when I like Cincinnati, to going to that disaster. And, we place so much import on our sports nowadays that you see a
Joseph
guy.
Osais?
That's it. That's the guy. And
How you
he
spell it?
blew it.
No, don't worry about that. Why do you need to worry about that? Move on.
All right.
I've already clicked on.
Bad.
I've moved on.
Okay. I felt bad for the guy.
Well,
I really
no,
did. It was
big
terrible.
dummy. You're professional. You're not
So
supposed to
dumb.
hit. You're not
so
supposed
stupid.
You're
dumb.
You're not supposed to hit the quarterback. He is clearly
you're not supposed to shove the quarterback when he's 4 yards out of bounds.
His own player tried to stop him.
Yeah,
that was standing. He was like, "What are we doing?"
Don't do it.
For those of you not know that don't care, he literally he set up the Chiefs for a much easier field goal, like a 35 yards instead of 55 yards, or what?
Exactly what it was.
Yeah,
it was it was a 15-yard difference at that stage of the game. A game-winning difference. That's what it was. And the guy had his head in his hands.
So let me ask you this. There's two schools of thought, and now this is more about sportsmanship and being a good teammate. Joseph Osai is sitting on the Bengals bench, weeping openly in front of the world, alone.
One coach came, either a coach or an assistant.
Yeah, somebody who literally just forgot their phone on the bench, went back, and then said, "I guess I got to say something to this guy."
Right.
But no one else was supporting this guy. And then you have everybody walking into the locker room. There's a famous tape now online, or a clip off somebody's phone, that shows one of his teammates yelling at him, "Why did he hit the quarterback?" And I don't know what to think because these are all professionals. I know that there's a certain level of sportsmanship that you have to support your team, but that guy just cost, hypothetically, you could make the case.
Yeah, it would have been tied.
Game checks
it would have gone to overtime.
Or an opportunity to win the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I feel about it because these are all professionals. You're playing at that high level with the stakes that are that high. Do you have to go console the guy? Do you have to support him, or do you have to let him sit in it for a little bit?
Well, let me share the story about this guy.
All right.
He didn't shy away. What is this from? I'll give him a Fan Nation writes this. Joseph Osai didn't shy away from the question on everybody's mind entering the Bengals locker room late Sunday. Osai, a former star defensive end at Texas, won't be remembered for his highlight plays in the hostile environment. He'll be remembered for that dumb move. Here's his quote. He said, "I got to learn from experience." He told reporters through bloodshot eyes. I got to know not to get close to that quarterback when he's close to that sideline. All right, I get it.
That's how you got in the league. These are the rules.
Right.
He said, I was just in full chase mode. I was trying to push him, maybe get him going backward because I knew he was going for that sideline. I was trying to make him go, but no, you just...
Yeah,
it's
too late.
Hey, look, it's a game.
It was a dirty play.
Yeah,
it's a game. It's a bad penalty, and it could have got it hurt him.
Yes,
and it could have hurt Mahomes.
Yes,
but it's football. It's just you see that. So your point is, and I think I understand your point. You would have liked to see more people maybe support the guy.
I'm saying the woke media. God bless you. I'm part of you.
Right.
I'm here for that. Fine. We evolve or die. I'm saying there's a lot of people that in the sports world that says how united is this Cincinnati Bengals team if they won't pick up one of their own when they're on the bench weeping openly. And I don't think that's the case. My perspective is actually different. That we're all professionals. We're all there for the same reasons. We all know the rules, and these are the stakes. Sometimes you're the hero, and sometimes you got to sit there and eat it.
So what's your point?
My point is,
your point.
I want to get your take.
Yes, ostracize him. Is that what you're
he's
saying?
got to learn a lesson.
Okay, I'm with you, and I'll put it in perspective. Yes. I don't have a dog in the fight. I could care less about the Cincinnati Kansas City game.
These are your Giants.
Hold on. Yes. I'm watching it and screaming at the TV. Carla could tell you. I went on for 7 minutes about this. Yeah. How that stupid, that situational awareness. By the way, these guys with the breakneck speed they're going at, you see those receivers make the catches with a half an inch inbounds. They're aware of where they are.
It's the quarterback.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as the dust settles, that's when it comes. It doesn't come when he's on the bench weeping. That's too fresh. If I'm mad and I don't even have a dog in the fight, can you imagine the competitors that are out there?
You just lost me a $300,000 bonus for getting to the
But take the money out of it. You lost me maybe a chance to go to the big game, the pinnacle of my career.
The dream, yeah.
But in retrospect, looking back, I think history would look more kindly on the team if someone had been sitting with him. You can ostracize him all you want.
I don't think history gives a shit about that.
They're going to move on.
I really don't. I'm sorry for cussing. But I think that what it is
you can support them, but
in the moment you support them. You support them when they're in the locker room.
Yeah,
you go,
but you're judging. People are. This is not me. I woke up to this and said, "Oh, I didn't see this take coming from the world." In my feed, where it said, people are questioning if, within that moment, you think that somebody from the Bengals team should have gone and said, it's going to be okay. And I'm saying, in that moment, that is not the time to be judging how people respond to this type of, what is a complete F-up on his part.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't judge Joe Burrow and the team if they support this guy or not.
Joe Burrow said, want to hear what he said, the quarterback?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
He said there were a lot of plays other than that could have turned the tide in that game
and
won us
because he's
that
a champion.
Game. So that's not the
They could have won the game on the field some other way.
That's it. And you got to go with that. Yeah. But to see this, if you're a football fan, it's a big deal. You watch that and you just see it, and I hate it. I hate penalties. I hate referees.
But in a way, doesn't a part of you love it? Because you're that invested in it, and you get to see it's something that you're not expecting.
Chiefs fan, you totally love it.
Yeah,
but it's not
by the way, there were some calls that were not called.
Oh, and it's not a super cool way to win. Yeah, but a win is a win is a win.
There you go.
And we move on from that. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And but I'll tell you something. I don't mute the broadcasters very often, even when I'm annoyed. I muted those two guys on the other game, the Philadelphia game.
What I did is I turned the audio down on the Philadelphia game and listened to Frank Herzog on the radio.
We have probably a lot of 49er fans in our listening.
Yes.
We probably don't have a lot of Kansas City fans in our audience.
When I looked at my wife and I said, "Do you want to call your mom?" I was like, she's probably really excited that the Super Bowl is going to be in Glendale, Arizona, or Phoenix, Arizona, and they live in the area.
Right.
And she said, "Why would I call my mom?" I said, "She's an Eagles fan, right? She's talked about his Eagles every time I've talked to her." She goes, "Yeah." I said, "You don't want to call her and just say like, 'Hey, Ma,' or like, get your brother's an Eagles fan." Everybody. She goes, "Not really." I said, "Huh, interesting."
Is Dan O'Brien an Eagles fan?
No, I don't think.
I think he's a Giants guy, isn't he? Because
he might be. He's a Jersey guy.
I think he's a Giants fan.
Yeah, I think he is. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I've never heard him to speak much about the Eagles.
No, he's very big on picking the games, not so much on choosing a side.
So, moving on from football to an ad that you see prominently featured on football games with Paul Giamatti, and in the case of yesterday's ad, Cecily Strong.
Cecily Strong. She just left Saturday Night Live.
The Verizon ads.
The Verizon ads. I forgot who she's talking to in the ads yesterday. It wasn't.
It was a football
No,
guy,
it was Hart.
right?
Kevin Hart.
Was it a football guy?
I thought it was Kevin Hart.
Well,
no.
big guy.
Julian Edelman from the Patriots.
Edelman.
Yes.
Julian Edelman. Thank you. So on and on and on. I talked about my money organization and that was very happy with DirecTV, and that I was. So Saturday was the day. Carla and I had mutually scheduled a time where our babysitter Carmen was going to take Michael out to a movie, and we were going to have the afternoon to run some errands, do so. Top of the list, right across here. I could walk to it.
Mm-hmm.
The Verizon store.
That's
down
fantastic.
here in West South Florida.
To be so close to it, that must be marvelous.
So correct me if I'm wrong. The promotion is new customers, $25 a line. Am I wrong or am I right? Is that what
that seems to be my takeaway? Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is where they get you, Mike.
I am here
Starting
to tell
at.
you, it's complete and utter.
Starting
crap.
at is in a very much smaller font than the $25.
You go to the website.
Oh God!
And before you even open it, they've got you up to $40 a line.
Yep.
Just on general principle, you don't see the $25 a line.
Oh, you wanted incoming calls too?
It's a lead generator.
I am, and by the way, by the time you're done, I used to think one of the hardest things that I ever purchased was an engagement ring for my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I'm talking about Carla, because I went through the process of you have to know what's called like cut,
the four C's,
and color, and then size, and then carat. And I do believe that when you're talking about certain Wall Street terms as well, derivatives, annuities, that in America there is a school of thought among the wealthy that if you make things confusing enough for people, you'll be able to make money on them. If you get them confused. Well, I'm here to tell you, it used to be a lot simpler, where companies like Verizon and AT&T were just out to beat each other's brains in. And then you threw in the T-Mobile, and they're trying to get in there, okay? And what it is now, my only experience is with AT&T, my current phone provider, and Verizon. And I am here to say that I believe they have now evolved into that school of thought where they really don't give an S if you switch or not. But if it's
a commodity.
They're charging the same.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah,
and they inundate you with these ads, and I succumb to it. I walk through the door of the Verizon store, and that's when the skinny kid with the tattoos came up to us, and really, he should have greeted us by saying, "No." We should have walked through the door and said, "Hi, we're interested." No, because it was no. It was no. It was no. It was the most negative interaction I have ever had on any consumer event that I've ever taken, any consumer trip that I've ever taken. He was no. He gets done with his initial look, and he's up to $20 short of what I'm paying now with Verizon, which is with AT&T, which is exorbitant, as I mentioned before. So I am curious, and I'd just like to ask you guys, because you're both phone guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was just at a Verizon store.
What do you pay? How many lines do you have? and what do you pay? We'll start with Rob. And Rob, by the way, I know your mommy does most of the stuff for your financial world.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even know?
Yeah, I get copied on the emails, Mike. The count is in my name.
How many lines do you have?
We have 4 lines for us.
That's what we're looking for.
A 4th line?
We have 4 lines.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We
I
have
imagine one's a work
me,
line for her.
My wife, my son, and my wife's business.
Okay, that's what I imagine. And I think we pay $290 a month for 4 lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
It's actually $288, but I rounded up.
One line, and I pay $127.
Oof.
We have data.
Is that because you have that plan where you get a phone every 2 weeks or something?
No,
it's
that unlimited data. That's on me. I think I can go as low as $80, $90.
What you're telling me is that I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't have any reason to move on.
No.
That's it.
We have data
with,
cards that cost $70 a month. They hit you here at work on a regular basis.
And you also, Mike, if you
say
get
that
a
again,
phone.
hold on. What did you say? What?
So we have data cards that go into our mobile broadcast kits, just in case they drop somewhere and someone's like,
I'm screwed.
I know. I'm screwed. I don't have internet. We're like, no problem. Use our data. It's hidden inside the case. And it's $70 a month, no problem.
Mike, what you don't realize is the broadcast cases they send out are like the boxes in that movie Glass Onion. It keeps opening into different things. It's beautiful. You have to solve
a level of like, if you're using your network as an excuse not to come on this program, we've got you covered.
But so you're Mr. Cheap. You've never done a switcheroo. What's your provider, Rob?
AT&T. We've been with them for a long time. And also there's a few benefits we enjoy from AT&T, and also that rate will sometimes go up if one of us gets a new phone and they finance it over the length of like a year within the bill.
T-Mobile.
Do you find it a little odd that we're all paying this much for?
No, I just said that it's
the cost, man. I guess
your difference is your coverage. I think you should just decide on the coverage of your area.
AT&T has gotten a lot better for me, so I'm staying.
Well,
with
that's a low bar. A lot better is not great. What's fantastic, and that you have to ask your neighbors.
What's your provider?
Verizon. For DC, Verizon, bar none. Verizon is fantastic.
Where you live?
Where I live, because you can look at the coverage maps. And if you see that you've got great coverage compared to a T-Mobile or somebody else, that's what you.
What
have
if you
to
go with a
on.
T-Mobile or a Mint or a
if
Cello or
if
whatever
they have
the hell
coverage,
it is,
you can totally
Limoncello.
What's that?
Sometimes T-Mobile's better in certain areas than others. It really depends. Sometimes Verizon, they all claim to have the best networks. Technically, T-Mobile right now, as they merged with Nextel and took over, the Sprint. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Sprint and Nextel, T-Mobile is the largest provider in the U.S.
and they're cheaper.
Yeah, but it'll
end up being the same.
It also depends.
No, why do you? For somebody that prides himself
depends on service
on lowering his TV bills all the time. Now you're like la la.
He's a creature of habit, though. He doesn't want to change.
No, it's not a la la thing. It's like I kind of look at it as like electricity or city water. They've got X number of dollars they're just going to get from you, because we've played that game and you just as you saw.
As I found out.
You can't bring it down.
I have no evidence to refute that.
You can't bring it down. And I mean, we've tried all different ways to do it, and it always comes down to the same. I'm stay with AT&T as you are now because of the alliance with DirecTV, which I've had forever.
I don't think I've ever called a provider, because I've done it a bunch of times in my life, where they have said, no.
Exactly.
There's nothing we can do. There is nothing.
And I got to that point. I got to that point a few years ago where it's
but
just
their
like,
ads tell you a different story.
Well, they got you in the door.
But their ads tell you a totally different story. And then it's just the advertising that they have, the disposable income they have. It's a little...
it's frustrating. It is, because that's one thing I do pride myself on. You said that. I like to get
little yellow phone. My little
just for context,
but they just don't want to budge. They can't budge.
AT&T in 2021 spun off DirecTV, so they're merged legally because of the bundles,
right?
But eventually they will break apart.
Yes.
What are you going to do then?
Probably nothing.
Okay, fair enough.
Happy Monday,
Yes,
everybody.
thank you.
That's,
Thank you.
That's great. Welcome to Low Energy Monday. I'm going to break
Probably
early
nothing.
because I swear to God,
it's-
I'm treading water here.
It's not,
I'm
not
I'm
a
trying.
low energy
That's
thing.
right.
It's what can
Yeah.
you do? You've
Okay.
said it. I've said it. You can't
Well,
fight them. You can't
okay,
fight
go
them.
book a guest. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show. As I determine that there's absolutely nothing I can do. There's nothing you can do. Worst sentence in the English language to Mike O'Mara. Damn it.
Hi, this is TV's Sally Struthers. Do you want to make more money in a career you'll love? We all do. And this week's bonus show has ideas for that next chapter in your life.
Let's do something fun.
Tired of working in those Brazilian tourist shops?
I'm a sad podcaster.
I called 911.
Who's
All
got the
weekend on
most lint
social.
in their belly button? Go.
We'll provide you with everything you need to be an amazing success. You can be cutting a rug for fun and profit. If you're successful,
Yes.
this is what you get to keep.
Wow. That's how y'all getting down in Philly after a win?
The TMOS bonus show is that fifth hour of funny you can only get with a subscription. Get yours today at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Stay classy, Philadelphia.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. What is the first thing you do when you wake up? Is it checking up on your credit score? Ha-ha, I didn't think so. But at Chime, that's exactly what they do with their secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Now, stay through the end of this commercial, and I will give you the Mike O'Mara Fast Talking Challenge, where I'm going to read something as fast as I possibly can. But anyway, we're talking about Chime, the Credit Builder Visa credit card. You can start to build credit with your own money. Chime reports your payment to credit bureaus to help you build credit over time. Their members see an average increase of 30 points. That is significant. Plus, no annual fees, no large security deposits, or any credit checks to apply. Start your credit journey with Chime. Sign-up takes only 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/TMOS. That's chime.com/TMOS. Here we go. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stripe. I'm going to try it again. Hold on a second. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stripe Bank at a person. Start again. I apologize. Got to rewind it. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stripe Bank at a pursuant to a license from Visa USA Chime checking account. I just reversed it. Damn it. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stripe Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secure Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive effect on your credit score. Impact to score may vary, and some users' scores may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply, except at MoneyPass ATMs at a 7-Eleven or any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATMs. That's exciting. Hold on, that's not... You got 500 things going on, Michael. Thank you.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, and we start with what we were talking about before. Super Bowl 57 is set. Philadelphia versus Kansas City, February 12th at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
And that's technically Phoenix? Is that like
Yeah,
right?
Glendale is outside of Phoenix, but
Okay.
it's the same BS.
Okay.
The Eagles beat up on the San Francisco 49ers 31-7. So they thumped the Niners and they thumped the Giants. And the Chiefs squeaked by Cincinnati 23-20 with a field goal with just seconds on the clock. It was their first time beating the Bengals under quarterback Joe Burrow, and the Chiefs' Travis Kelce had a message for Joe. And, I'm not sure what that message was. The Chiefs open as slight favorites. They're 2-2 in previous Super Bowl
And the
appearances.
message was that, so Joe Burrow said it's going to be Burrowhead Stadium at the end of yesterday's game. They lost the game. It's Arrowhead, not Burrowhead.
Got it. Thank you, Oscar. Thanks for picking me up on that. The Eagles have been to the big game 3 times. They only won once against the Patriots in Super Bowl 52. So that's that. We're done talking about it until the big game. After lighting his face on fire while working on a car in November, Jay Leno found himself back in the hospital following a motorcycle accident.
Oh.
In an interview last week, he said, quote, "I got knocked off my motorcycle, so I've got a broken collarbone. I've got 2 broken ribs. I've got true cracked kneecaps, but I'm okay. I'm working this weekend.
Of course he is.
God, what a nad.
It's a birthday, Mike. What he's doing this way, it's a birthday party.
Yeah, a kid's birthday party. The accident occurred on January 17th, and it sounds pretty gnarly. Jay was driving a 1940 Indian motorcycle, and he cut through a parking lot. But someone had strung a wire.
Oh, no.
Oh.
He's alive. He's fine. I'm sorry.
I have a
didn't
broken
know.
collarbone.
Sometimes I don't read ahead, and I didn't know that detail.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Someone.
He was. So how does this go?
Someone
back?
had strung a wire. Hey, Leno's coming. Someone had strung a wire across the lot without putting any warning flags on it.
So he was cutting through. He was cutting through Conan O'Brien's parking lot.
Jay drove into it and got clotheslined off that bike. Obviously, if it had been higher, probably right around his chest.
Yeah, I would think.
Jay kept it quiet at first because he didn't want to get a reputation. He says, quote, after getting burned up, you get that one for free. After that, you're Harrison Ford crashing airplanes. That's funny that he said that. You just want to keep your head down. Jay.
Terrifying.
Wow.
If
Be
it was
careful,
had that wire been a little higher, he could have lost his head, and his head would be telling jokes then. Just his head.
Who puts a wire across a parking lot?
You just see Jay, they put him on a stool, and they just put the head on a stool.
It'll
and
still
say,
work.
Well, I guess I'm ahead of the curve now. There we go. If you're a Yellowstone fan, you can now stay at Kevin Costner's real-life ranch. 2 things, though. It's in Aspen, Colorado, not Montana, and it's $36,000 per night. Here's what kind of money gets you. 6,000 square feet of living space on 160 acres, 12 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 24/7 caretakers on site, a baseball field, a sledding hill, and 3 hot tubs.
A sledding hill, Mike, otherwise known as a hill.
A hill. A sledding hill. Yeah.
A sledding
marketing.
hill. Yeah.
It's also just minutes from downtown Aspen. Well, 36 grand.
Are is one of those, how many, 8 bathrooms you said?
Yeah.
At least one of them, are they handicap friendly?
I would put at the end of that, and maybe there's a chance you'll find a Costner pube.
A CP?
You got to have some sort of memorabilia if you're going there to stay there, right?
Exactly. Look, that's his. I know that's his. And then, anywho, that's a lot of
Merkin.
I don't think I do. Merkin.
I don't think so.
From his variety of nude scenes. This is an ass hair from when he was in Dances with Wolves and he was taking that bath in the lake with the dead
No
deer.
hair, if I recall correctly.
This is Mike. This is his bodyguard Merkin.
ABC handed pink slips to fornicating Good Morning America co-hosts Amy Robach and TJ Holmes. A statement from the network says, quote, "We all agreed it's best for everyone they move on from ABC News. Amy and TJ were photographed acting like a couple in November, despite both of them being married to other people. They were taken off the air December 5th. It doesn't look like they're too worried about it. Pictures surfaced over the weekend of Amy all over TJ like a spider monkey. So she's still very much in love with him. It is what it is. I don't. He sounds like he's a swordsman.
Yeah, I believe so.
He sounds like he's laid a lot of pipe.
Doesn't a severance check make things better?
Never hurts.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They got a big fat severance check. So, but, who knows?
Now they're off to Kevin Costner's mansion for the sledding hill.
She'll be riding his back like a spider monkey. A company in Japan has created wearable beanbag chairs. Ooh. And yes, they are ridiculous. The clearest way to explain them is that you'll look like Grimace, the purple McDonald's character.
Yes.
Okay, so here's how they work. They go on over your head like a sweater. You can eat. No, they go on over your head, but they're basically like wearing a fat suit. The idea is that whenever you're tired, which you will be if you're carrying around all this extra weight, you can just plop down anywhere and you'll be in a beanbag chair. I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure. You ever have a beanbag?
As a matter of fact, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Back in the day, because, Big Daddy owned a furniture store, we had one of the real beanbags that was filled with beans. I mean,
we had one. I had one as a kid.
Yeah, and they were really heavy and really good. Nowadays, when you buy them, it's essentially just like some sort of polyfill, and after 2 weeks, they become flat. But the big ones, they were substantial. Yeah, we had
I
one.
had a vinyl, bright red.
Ours was red.
Bean bag that I had for years and years, and I kept it in my room. And then I'd when we were all watching TV, like a group, I'd bring it downstairs and I'd put it down in front of the TV.
Free plug, Lovesac, the company. Super expensive.
Yes.
They make
is that on one of your porn sites?
No.
It's a song by the B-52s.
LOVESAC. Use the code TMOS if we had one, God willing.
Yes.
They have like $1,500 beanbag chairs that are as comfortable as some like recliners I've been on. I think
it's always been a cool chair.
They mold to your ass. I mean, it's a good thing with beans.
It's a lot of money for a beanbag.
They come, these beanbags.
Beanbags.
They come in, by the way, and that's what people refer to their balls as now.
Yes.
They come in 4 different colors. How about that? I sounded like a real authoritarian there. 4 different colors: moss green,
yes,
natural beige, mocha, and charcoal gray. How about some bright colors? How about making a mod?
It's amazing. My personal beanbag also comes in those colors.
Not for the
charcoal gray.
The men or women
sometimes.
of larger carriage. This is a skinny person's beanbag.
Oh, okay. That's how they keep costs down.
Yeah.
3 different sizes. The child size $60, medium $80, and the large is about $120, and it weighs 11 pounds. So Oscar's talking about a much more expensive product.
Yes.
Well, I remember being at a friend who used to play in the NFL's home. I won't say who it is. Dominic Foxworth. And I jumped on this beanbag and I said, "Oh my God, I would love one of these for our house." And then I looked up the price. He said, "Maybe in the future."
Yeah.
That's like a sofa.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
For now, these beanbags are mostly sold in Japan, but something tells me there may be a market for this in the United States. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, can I say one more thing before we stop? I said we weren't going to say anything about the Super Bowl. With all the deal with changing names of sports teams,
yes,
you guys think it's kosher that the people out there in Kansas City go, no?
I think there's been a contribution.
To what's that?
To some, a local tribe. There's been a consideration, Mike. I don't know. I really don't.
It would have to be a pretty big consideration to make that okay.
But I don't know.
Did you read that they made a consideration? They get to do the tomahawk chop?
I remember seeing something that they've been sanctioned by a tribe. Let me triple check.
Wow.
Not okay.
That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. And now a little something. There's a 66-year-old retired woman in North Texas. Her name is Elaine, and she cannot get men to stop from showing up at her house for sexual relations.
Baby.
Hot, nice sexual relations. And no, this isn't a humble brag. These are unwelcomed visitors. Elaine says the men have been showing up for the past year at all times of day and night. There have been at least 25 of them. They're young, they're old, they're local, they've traveled long distances, all kinds of men. She says she's figured out that her address is being used by a scam. It sounds like a naughty website gets the men to pay through Venmo for various services, and then they give them her address. She says they say they're here for an appointment for Nikki. Some say for Kelly, and some say for Nikki, and now it's Rhonda that they're asking for.
Ah, yes.
While it's very irritating, Elaine is not afraid of confronting the men and threatening them. I would be scared. I would be freaked out. You don't know what kind of creep you're going to get coming to your door.
I don't know, Mike. Most people that buy sex on the internet are pretty classy.
She says she appreciates that the local police are quick to respond when she calls, but they won't do anything other than shoo the men off. She's hoping that the authorities will well, isn't that what they really want anyway? Just to be shooed off?
Could you shoo me off, please?
She's hoping the authorities will go after the scam that's sending the men, and soon. Meanwhile, Nikki, Kelly, and Rhonda, they're just waiting at home with nothing to do. They're just hanging out.
Mike, I just want to clarify here. There are people on both sides. I imagine the Kansas City Chiefs have paid one side or donated to one side. But there is controversy still in Kansas City of the name.
Yeah, there should be.
We're taking the Indians and the Redskins off of sports teams, and now you got people doing a chop, right?
Both sides, correct.
Oh, my God. You know who I blame?
Who?
Verizon. We'll be right back, everybody. Thank you very much.
Oh,
no. Here we
it's
go
your
again.
Paisan
Happy Monday.
Paulie. I know it's been a long time since you heard from me, but the boss sent out a proclamation that we all have to listen to. Now, he wants you to share the show. That means let your friends tell their friends and their other friends that the Mike O'Mara Show is on the air. And they can go to TMOS.com to check out the bonus show. And they can go on the TikTok and the Instagram for snippets of the show. Do it today, the boss asked you. And let your friends be a friend of ours. Capiche?
Mike, listen to the way it ends. Listen to the way it ends.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mike O'Mara.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
I like it.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. You know, it seems like this is the time of year that everyone is trying to reinvent themselves for the better. But if you really want to put the new you to the test, Harry's, our good friends at Harry's can help. Whether you want to get all the artsiness with your mustache or finally try the sexy bald head look, Harry's has the tools for your closest, cleanest shave ever. We all use Harry's because we all love Harry's. I have all the things and stuff. Right now, Harry's is offering the Truman Shave Trial Set, a $15 value for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS. It includes a 5-blade German-engineered razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel. I'm really acing this one. And a travel cover. Plus, you can schedule a replacement blade delivery whenever you need them with refills as low as $2 each. Harry's blades are made in their own factory in Germany and hold up better than ever. Guys who've tried them say their 8th shave is as sharp as their first. And Harry's is still offering a no-risk trial. Don't like your shave? No worries. It is on them. No matter how new your new you is, look sharp all year long with Harry's. Get a $15 Truman Shave Trial Set for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS. That's harrys.com/TMOS for a $3 trial set. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I wanted to say to our listening audience, thank you very much for your 3,000 memories. I'm just loving reading those posts from people
Yeah, so cool.
about all the different things. And some of them are really out there. Some of them have nothing to do with the show. They have to do with personal experiences that people have. By the way, we are getting to the time when we're going to start thinking more and more about April 15th, which is our live show. And, people wait till the last second to get our last few tickets that we have to this. Just want to let you know, I'm not sure whether we can do an estimate as to when Oscar has an idea of when they might go quickly at the last minute, but right now I don't know. I'm not sure how that's working for us.
Yeah,
right
there's roughly. And I get an update tomorrow. I get every Tuesday. So
tomorrow will be specific because we got to start thinking about. I don't want to get people that really are thinking about going. The people that are passionate are already there. They're already getting, and they've already made their arrangements.
There's a few tickets left.
But if you're on the fence, I would say seriously, by the end of February, you might want to be zeroing in on that because we want to sell those. And I want to get them.
Make your arrangements.
The end of this week might be a great time.
It was weird the way we launched it and all that, so I understand that's the way it goes.
It happens every year.
But
yeah,
what's that?
It happens every year.
Yeah, we really look forward to seeing everybody and having a chance to commiserate with all of you. Mrs. O'Mara will be joining me. I believe Shannon will be there. Carrie will be there.
Yes.
All the wives.
My daughter and her boyfriend will be there.
Mrs. O'Mara wakes up yesterday from a nap because she what is she doing? She went to a conference yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Carla's killing it. Carla's all in, and she's a go-getter like I've never seen. I mean, she owned a part of a court reporting firm when we lived back in Virginia, and then we had Michael, and she took some time off for our son. But since she got back into this Dermglow skin business, she's been a whirling dervish.
So this is like a beauty conference she went to, or
no, it was an esthetician's conference.
All right.
But
it is a beauty conference.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's not beauty school like in the 50s.
No.
Well, I mean, but she really she went all in on it, and she's networking, like doing stuff I would not be good at, and it's just networking is a big deal. Oscar does a lot of networking for his businesses. networking is a very big part of what radio management did, and certain guys that were in radio did as well. Oscar did it for Big O and Dukes. Dukes wasn't the guy that networked. Oscar was. Carla is really good at this too, and I watch it in awe because it's a skill set I do not possess. And I'm sure that if I focused on it and I trained myself to, I could, but she does it naturally, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
So she's at a conference yesterday on Sunday that goes almost the whole day. Gets home at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and she's wiped, and she sleeps. And then she wakes up about an hour and a half later. I'm in the middle of watching the game, and she goes, "Can you pause that for a second?" I said, and she says pause, and it's a live football game, so I mute.
Okay.
I don't pause.
Good for you.
Ever. I'm still kind of watching out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, I can pause that. Huh? I can do that. So I paused it because I'm just sad. I said, "Why?" Because you just woke up from a nap. You sometimes be sad. "No, I'm just sad." I said, "What?" I'm sad, thinking about you. Why are you sad thinking about me? Did I do something wrong? I'm immediately
like, did I clear my browser? What the hell happened?
I haven't watched any catfishing videos lately.
I stumbled onto that link, Carla. I didn't mean to go. There was a pop-up.
Yeah. The poor woman is just trying to catch something for dinner. That's it.
So she looks at me, and I said, "Well, why are you so sad?" She's just, well, sometimes when I really think about it, I realize that you're going to go before I do.
I mean, Carla, we've all known this since you started dating him and then got married.
And wasn't that sort of the plan?
Yeah,
sort of the plan.
What do you mean, sort of the plan?
Just a
what
joke.
the hell is that supposed to mean?
That was a joke.
No, she didn't want him to go.
No, she doesn't want it.
No.
No, like Carla had all her physicals. We get our physicals around this time of year, and so she got all her work up, and she had a really clean bill of health, which I was great because
her wrist is okay.
Yo, Shecky, you are working on it today. It is. It's still not perfect.
We're going to spend 10 minutes on you and an hour and a half on your husband. How do we sound?
Yeah,
How does that sound?
Would you like to offer any of your examination time to roll over into your husband's examination time?
Hey, next week, be aware, I'm not sure what the scheduling is, but next week is no, it's only going to be one thing. I'm getting needles next week. So they know where to go in my back. My back is still effed up.
Okay,
totally effed up. But anyway,
may I offer Carla some, like, this is true advice and true from the heart.
Here it comes. All right, let me just grip my teeth.
This will be good.
Mike has such a mean streak in him that he's not going to go, just quietly into the dark. He will fight. And he'll just when you think he's tapped out.
I like to call it the light, Oscar. I like to call it the effing light, not the dark.
It might be the dark. You never can tell.
He's going to go into the dark. Yeah. That's going to be like the movie Ghost.
Yeah, the
Remember
abyss.
when those things come out and they go, That's how Oscar just described my passing.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Yeah, he's not going to lay down for the angel of death.
He had 2 new hips, diverticulitis. He had an infection. He had an amoeba at one point, or a blood clot. Who knows?
Yeah.
The man's. I mean, he's got rounds in him.
Yeah. And you know what? It's a little insulting. Things can happen.
It's not insulting. It's reality, and it's the
harsh reality.
But
accidents happen.
There is a 21-year age difference. It's the reality.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad sometimes, too, when I think about it. And I'm hoping that, I make it to my son being a fully functioning adult male who's confident and doing well in life.
Strong enough. You want to make he's tall and strong and healthy enough to help with a wheelchair transfer.
You're taking the strides. You're taking the strides now. You're losing weight.
63. Yes, I am. Yes, I am indeed, and I'm making the right steps. Although as long as they don't inject me with something that makes my right side hive up, so I itch all weekend long. Which I did. But that's we fixed that.
This is my buddy Itchy.
Itchy and scratchy down on my gut. God, swear to God, my skin. Like I'll be honest with you. My bones. I have bone on bone in my spine.
Yeah.
I had bone on bone in my hips. That's a cartilage issue.
Yeah.
Can deal with it. My old man had the same thing. But my skin. That's the wussified part of my body. I hive up at the drop of a hat. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I go out. If I'm in a 75-degree room and I walk out and it's 40 degrees and I don't have the right like gloves or head covering on,
Mittens?
I'll get all like effed up because my skin
blotchy?
goes, oh no, oh,
I see. His skin is so witty.
Well, you've babied your skin with your years in Florida, Mike, and it's become perhaps a little more dainty.
You don't baby your skin. You're out in the blazing heat of 94 degrees down
But
here.
you just
want to
mentioned
talk about
you talked
somebody
about
who babied his skin. Your powder, you living in your home, and the only exercise you get is with a remote.
He's had sunburn. Remember, he came in here to look like a tomato.
What can I tell you? When I had the makeup artist sit down with me when I was on my HBO television show Crashing, they said, you have a marvelous complexion.
Your ill-fated
I love
HBO
it.
television
Yes,
show.
it was the last. I believe it was described as the last great moment in that show was my scene, and it was
Before it was canceled.
Before it was canceled, before my episode aired.
Right.
But they said I had beautiful skin and a wonderful complexion. However, what you said was a weather-related thing, a temperature-related thing, and I'm saying that if you get a brisk bolt of air and you have babied your skin in the heat and moist humidity of Florida, it's going to get you.
How do you respond to Carla? Back to the age bit. Like, do you actually talk to her? Do you say?
I do. I
hey,
talk her down.
Baby, we're gonna be okay. You know me. I'm not gonna go anywhere.
I said I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I said I talk her down with that. And Carla is I said to my son today, who was having a Monday, who was having a tough Monday, I said, listen, mommy is the taskmaster.
Yeah.
Mommy is the one that keeps both you and I straight. But don't for a second think that her harshness with that means that she loves us any less. She loves us a lot. That's why she tries to keep us straight.
It's harder to
everything
be
she's doing.
the taskmaster.
It is hard to be the taskmaster. It's easy to be the la la la
You don't want to
that
be
everybody
hated.
likes. You know. So I talked her down. She was okay. I start thinking about it. I get a little bit depressed, but then I bounce back as well. But yeah, the myriad of issues that I've had, they get you down. But fortunately, through modern medicine and another aspect, I call it noggin medicine. Noggin medicine is helps me get through. I would have been between a thing I won't discuss that happened last week, and then my wrist. Yeah. And then the allergic reaction to one of the injections, I would have been thrown for a loop.
Yeah.
But thanks to modern psychiatric medication, I am here to say that I was able to waltz right through that.
You did not derail.
Even keel.
No, I don't derail. You notice I don't derail like I used to. Oscar gets afraid that I will derail. Like you thought I might derail before the show today,
we're
right?
just gonna get yelled
Did you think
at.
Because Monday is a good day to derail.
Yeah,
Monday is a good day.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, let's talk about it.
Every day is a good day.
Mike, in fairness to you,
I don't blame you.
we just can't keep having the same conversations expecting different results.
Yes, I know.
So
I know.
So that's a conversation that we can have offline because doing
Absolutely.
it during the show makes
we'll button it
no
up
sense.
right. We can't do it right before the show. All right.
True.
And let me just say thanks, Rob. Anyway, so that's it's just it's the way it goes.
How about when you
I
write
felt that was less
How
than
about when you
sincere.
write the watch guy, you say, "Hey, this is Rob Spiewak from HBO's Crashing. I happen to do a podcast with another famous celebrity. His name's Michael Mayer. We'd love to have you on the show."
Yes.
Bingo.
Okay. Very good.
But
I'm serious. That'll play better than whatever you're writing.
You could. It couldn't hurt.
Can you pretty please
He
come
said
on
he
our
spoke,
podcast?
though. He spoke. You left a message. You didn't speak.
No, I spoke to a living person.
You did?
3 times I've spoken to a living person.
Oh,
Yeah.
see there. After the first.
You didn't
it's
say
over anyway.
this is Rob Spiewak from HBO's Crashing.
I know. No, that's the new technique.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
You got to grift them into coming on the show.
Okay. All right. I can do that.
I like that. This is sort of a spring where we'll do this off air.
Yeah, and we'll do it on air.
We're trying to be better for 2023.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because I love talking to people. That's it's exciting for me. So getting back to the whole Carla thing, it's the reality. It is a reality that if I let myself, I'm 63. I'm not 83. But if I let it really into my mind, I can get down about it. And that's, by the way, I think people that aren't burdened with that are a little insensitive. I think people that, with all due respect to the late Larry King, that wants to have a baby at 80 or whatever he does, I don't think that I think they're so narcissistic that they don't think in terms of the pain that they might inflict on other people.
True.
I think about that all the time. I think about that all. That's what hurts me. I don't give a rat's ass about me. I give a rat's ass about how it might impact. And that is also getting older. You start thinking in those terms a little bit more. That's life.
That's what really kicked my ass last March. Is the thought.
Because you were thinking about the people you'd leave.
The family.
And
I got
the pain that you would cause.
My job's not done with them yet. I got stuff to do. I got to be around for it.
Yeah, and you really think that way. That's kind of the way people that have the empathy chip. That's the way they process it. You know. So with all the empathy in the world, I looked over at Carla and said, "Shut the F up,
no,
whippersnapper." No.
You give her a big hug.
It was fun.
You tell her I'm going to be around, and if I'm not, you're going to have a nice payday. That's what you say.
Yeah, and then I tried to pause like a couple of moments in the football game, and she didn't care. And, that's when I start missing my family, the people that I can commiserate with. Sometimes I'm a solo football watcher. Don't like going to the bar, don't like going to the club, don't like going to where all the people are. What I like to do is I really like to just digest it myself and watch. It's just the way I prefer to watch a game. Undivided attention, and sometimes you have that moment where you want to share with other people. But, like, for example, with all due respect to our friend Jimmy, watching a Super Bowl that I really care about in a bar that's crowded,
you can't.
It's impossible.
You can't.
It's impossible for me,
It's what Carla says, Mike. If you want friends, you have to be a friend.
Thank you, Oscar. I appreciate that. That's true also. Yeah, and that would be fail on my part.
Mike, you're going to do fine. You're going to make a lot of friends in the home.
Yes. I'll kick ass there.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. And
they'll
I
have
plan
you
on being
calling
sexually active.
Mike, they'll have you calling bingo in 2 weeks.
We'll take a break. Come back with more on the show.
Michael Mara, New Orleans, Sharon Bailey, Angeline, Jim Amato, Dennis Murphy, Paulie, Christine, Oscar, Shannon, Pony, Carrie, Dan O'Brien, Shirts so scary. Get your tickets while you can. Say hello to Tony Lamb, Goose Cerrito, Skinny Rob, Chris Pontani, Condo Bob, Carla, Twitch, and Dirk and Breeze, and 1,000 Stephanie.
Come out and see the whole gang at the TMOS Live Show, April 15th, 2023 at the House of Blues in New Orleans, Louisiana. For tickets, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com. We'll see you there.
Thank you, Twitch. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. If you're looking to get your financial future organized, if you don't have life insurance yet, that should be at the top of your list. Fabric by Gerber Life is what you need. With life insurance and other family finance solutions all in one place, Fabric has great policies, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. It takes less than 10 minutes to apply and then tailor your quote to fit your family's needs. Fabric was specifically designed to give parents like you affordable term life insurance. Plus, Fabric has a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel at any time. Fabric was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high-quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy in less than 10 minutes. You could be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. Protect your family today with Fabric by Gerber Life. Apply today in just 10 minutes at meetfabric.com/TMOS. That's meetfabric.com/TMOS, MEET, fabric.com/TMOS. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company. Not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Welcome back to the show. Whoa. Oscar almost got his house burned down this past weekend. He did. He actually
Listen to me.
This is how they get
And this
you.
is not about a historical house. This is just common sense. My wife set up a wonderful appointment to have our ducts cleaned. I'm sure you've seen the videos that says that if for your HVAC system, if you don't get your ducts cleaned, you could have microbes or mold or who knows.
And your dryer.
Yes. Mike, it's
Take
very
care of
important.
that dryer vent.
Very important to get your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what George Jones used to do.
We set the appointment up.
He was funny.
The team arrives. Have you ever had that done to your house, Mike? Or seen it done?
I think so. I think I've had a duct cleaning done, and I think I've had a dryer vent cleaning done.
I've cleaned my own dryer vent where you you undo it and you get a shop vac and you blow all the stuff out and it goes out
Yes.
and you catch it outside.
Or you get one of those like a hose, like a professional comes up with a snake, right?
Yeah, of course.
Takes them out.
But that's pretty cool. You've done that. That's handy.
Yeah,
that's a step above handy.
Yeah, the dryer cleaning that's a good money saver. I've never cleaned our ducks.
I for some reason there's been some sort of like, as my wife calls, an old man smell precipitating in our house.
Ooh, that's not good. That's like moldy.
Yeah. Which is always fun. So
there's not another person living there you don't know about.
Could be, just like in New York.
Yeah.
New York City.
That's where the bodies are buried.
Town in the fifth town.
We had some patching done on the wall, so I said it might be the ducks. So she gets on TikTok and all they show you on TikTok.
But you don't have ducts, do you?
We have AC, but not that much.
You have like ductwork that goes through your house.
If it's a meter of ductwork, it's something, right? It's so small. We have an HVAC system that has AC, no heat.
Is that why you threw away the radiators?
Yeah,
you thought that it would be okay?
It's
remember that, folks. That's always
so like in your ceilings, you have little vents where air comes out.
4 ducts for 888 square feet. 4 ducts.
Okay. Well, you mean 4 vents?
4 vents. I'm sorry, 4 vents.
So you have central air,
yes,
but not central heat?
No central heat.
Okay.
And above the vents, there's ductwork that's connected to a heat
pump
outside?
Correct. Some of it is made out of like a plastic ducting, so it can turn and weave through these old walls.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They all have that.
Yeah. So
a lot of them have that.
That's a modern convenience.
Yeah, and we have an actual AC system, which is
remember when they did that at the House of Manassas? Did you guys go up there and see
no,
where they had all
never,
that?
I never saw
all those snaky little things?
No, you were always asking me to go upstairs, and I thought it was
By
creepy.
the way, Academy Heating...
Come upstairs, Rob. I'm up here.
Academy Heating and Air Conditioning, who installed the AC unit, did a 10 out of 10 job. They do not clean ducts as part of their service. That's a different company.
Okay.
So they did a great job. I said, Shannon, do you think we really need this? She goes, that old man smell still coming around. I want to try this.
Might not be the ducks, though.
I don't think it is. I think she just likes burning money.
And Oscar's not getting any younger.
The guys show up.
Checked your closet.
This is a different company.
Smell the sport jacket.
Oscar, it might be you.
It might be me.
You're not young.
No, I'm not young.
Especially since COVID. You might not be aware of it.
Yeah. Do I smell? I can't even smell anymore.
I don't smell. Why are these there's mothballs rolling around everywhere?
All right, so what happens?
They come in. I set them up. I said, I don't even know if we need this, fellas. Do you mind looking up there? I don't even see dead skin or mold or anything because I popped my head up there.
How much dead skin are you expecting to see?
Well, on TikTok, after 20 years of people not cleaning their ducts.
Yeah, but dead skin, it's like dust. I mean, it's not going to look like someone's put it.
So
wait a minute,
thick,
did you put the air conditioning in?
Yes.
Well, then it's not the duct
This is 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It does. 4 years is nothing.
Yeah. So
unless you're sloughing off a lot of skin.
Yeah.
He comes in, he plugs in his air compressor, which is outside the house, and he goes, I'll be right back. I got to turn on the compressor. I said, do you just want to keep it on the little stoop out front, or do you want to bring it into the back? He goes, no, out front's fine. This is usually how we do this. So I'm sitting in my little living room, and he plugged in right next to where my TV and everything else is set up. And then I see, poof, a plume of smoke come up.
Oh, no.
A little flame.
Shut up, pumpkin seeds!
And I run over, and I pull out the plug, and a 3-prong plug is now melted into one little stick.
Oh, all the prongs have melted together?
Was it his plug?
It was his plug.
It
his plug.
It was his plug at least.
All his gear.
Yep.
And the power goes out. So it breaks,
the House of Horrors.
And I say to him, hey. He goes, what? And I said, see that outlet? How it used to be white, now it's black.
Yes, it's good. Does it have the whole crown?
Oh, it's just
the black crown.
The black crown.
Classic.
It looks like it's got a mohawk now.
Yeah,
onto the drywall.
Pointed. Yeah.
Of just sheet and just complete. I've never seen something melt in an outlet before.
Right.
And I said, why would you? We have a utility plug which is outside with a little breaker and switch. He goes, I didn't think about that.
Probably oughta.
And I said,
so can I ask you this question?
Yeah.
So he goes to the plug. You've got one. Does he unplug something else to use his plug?
He picked the closest, most efficient plug in his line of sight.
Which was running how many things roughly?
Nothing else.
Did you have two things? Did you have
nothing
just
else?
two
Nothing
things?
else was plugged into it.
Oh, it was open.
It was an open plug.
Yeah, but it's probably on the same breaker as other things.
Yeah, probably.
Because when
TV,
Oscar's house was built in
else.
the 1800s, there were so few audiovisual components.
What he tried to blame it on. But
How old the house was.
Yeah, this plug was part of the heavy up. It was it was just you plug that type of appliance into the right plug.
Yeah.
And I said, look,
he overloaded it.
Yeah, I said, you overloaded it. You picked the wrong. You got to find something with a little breaker on it. I get it.
Yeah.
Let's just fix it.
GFI.
Thank you.
Nice,
Please
Mike.
don't try to spin it into this. This is a common mistake. I don't think you're going to people's houses and burning up outlets.
Mm-hmm.
What are my options? He said, well, I could go back and then it'd be 4 hours and 4 hours. And I said, dude, we're not doing that. We got to figure this out on this weekend. And what's great about being married, you can blame it on your spouse all the time. I was like, my wife's going to kill me.
I do that.
This is crazy. So they come back the next day. They say they're going to fix the outlet and all that stuff. They fix the outlet. They set it up. I leave because I had a Sunday meeting and they're still working.
Oscar, you can say what it was. It was church.
No. I met here Charlie Burney. And we had to meet with a couple people. So we meet. I come back. I said, how'd it go? They said they were great. They cleaned everything up. And I said, did you get any pictures of the ducts? Because you usually get a picture of how dirty it was. She goes, never. They never gave me a picture. I said, well, we probably just got fleeced. Fine. Because they don't show you a picture. It smelled fine, but you don't get a picture if there's nothing wrong, right? They're just going to take your money. They're
exactly.
like, you don't need this, but they're already there.
They're upstairs playing hearts for 10 minutes.
So I said,
they come down and say, it's all clean.
I said, how much was it? And she says, well, it was originally $400. But they said if I paid cash, then we get a $50 discount.
And they get to keep all the money.
And I said, so what did you do? She goes, well, I found your emergency cash stash and I paid for it in cash.
Who said that?
My wife.
Oh, okay.
And I said, but this is something you were going to take care of. So now I'm out $350 because you wanted to save $50, but you've saved yourself $400.
Yeah, she saved herself a lot of
money.
money.
You have a secret stash?
I have $1,000 just in case something goes sideways.
Okay.
Now I have
you keep it right next to your what's that backpack you have?
I keep it right next to my
bug out pack.
Right next to my dildos. Just in case I got to pay for it,
No, Oscar, I've never seen it there.
So
did your wife say there was appreciable improvement in the odor?
No. I was more concerned in the fact that I ended up paying for a service we didn't think we needed, but she was insistent that she'll take care of it. And somehow I got burned for it.
Yeah, you're never going to see that again.
That's life. That's marriage.
Yeah, and she says, well, isn't it our money? I said,
Mr. Hahn?
Not really, because she goes, well, I'll pay. I said, I don't need to be paid back because I know those are empty words. I just wish that I would have known.
Joint checking account, you're all together in this.
No, we're not.
They're separate.
Do you still have your separate accounts?
Yes.
Oh my God,
I pay for everything. She pays for nothing. Unless she finds my cash stash because she saved $50.
And once again, the end result of the process, do you think it improved anything?
0.0.
Well, no, you did get a free burn mark on your wall.
They did fix that.
Oh, that's good. All right, we'll be back with the Town of Sound.
Going
right
to town, yes.
I picked myself up a little soy milk latte and my wife a cafe grande.
Yeah.
Starbucks. I hear through the speaker that it's the sing-songy guy.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day. My name's Trent. Welcome to Starbucks. What can I do you for, big guy?
Well, I think I'll have a venti soy milk latte.
Awesome. Can I get you a cake pop?
Would you like a cake pop?
Or how about I tell you about my favorite podcast?
Tell your friends, wake the kids, and phone the neighbors. Let them all know about your favorite podcast, The Mike O'Mara Show. It's TMOS's new listener initiative for 2023. Join the party. The more, the merrier.
Let your Trent flag fly, and that's fine.
You know, a lot of us are stuck in our homes, offices, and routines wondering what else is out there, feeling like an adventure is out of reach, especially this time of year. But now you can discover the freedom of the great outdoors and get something that's fun, fast, and can improve your life. It's a foldable electric e-bike. You can run errands. You can go on adventures. You can tool around town like Oscar does. it's going to really, for Oscar, it's transformed the way he gets around. They cost way less than the competition.
I'm not that late to work anymore.
No, you're really not.
Because I weave through traffic.
I think it's special that you actually get to
Changed
work.
my life.
Relatively on time.
Changed our lives.
Our lives. Yes, thank you.
By the way, electric e-bikes cost less than the competition. Models financed as low as $133 per month. You can go up to 45 miles on a charge. You can reach 28 miles per hour. It's got a powerful 500-watt motor. That's increased torque for more power with less noise. Plus, electric e-bikes, they're foldable. That's the coolest thing.
That is very cool.
And they ship free, and they're fully assembled. So when they arrive, you're set. You can go. You'll be on the road in no time. A stronger rear rack supports everything you need for day-to-day rides, like if you're commuting or longer trips. Customize your ride with new accessories like the Elite headlight or a passenger package that can hold riders up to 150 pounds. Oscar's all over the district, and he loves it. Plus, no parking fees. Get out there and find adventure with electric e-bikes. Visit lectricebikes.com to learn more. That's LECTRIC ebikes.com, and we thank them for their business.
We call this stereophonic sound.
Sound Town.
Come on, Rob. Lay it on me.
I used to be quite a big U2 fan. I see them in concert. And they just seem to have met a few missteps in the past. I know putting their album on everybody's phone was a misstep, little pretentious perhaps.
Yep.
Well, Bono is coming out with a biography next month. It's called Surrender. 40 Songs, One Story, where he writes about the process of 40 U2 songs. I don't know that I need all that, but
sounds like it could be a slog. Right?
This bothers me. To support the book, they're releasing an album called Songs of Surrender, which is U2 remaking U2 songs.
What's wrong with that?
I just because they've already made the song.
I mean, who doesn't re-record their masters?
Well, they do. Some of them, like Springsteen, will do some slower versions, acoustic versions of stuff. But yeah, it's creatively, it sounds like a punt.
Yeah, it does sound
Elvis, like didn't Elvis? Don't all these people do this?
No. If you own even if you don't own your masters, if you re-record it, like for example, if you collect oldies music, a lot of times you'll buy a collection. And the artist will go and re-record and try to duplicate what they've done.
Yes.
And it's lousy. Taylor Swift did
doing it now to get out of her
That was
record deal.
financial.
Yes,
that was
correct.
purely financial. But this is their...
And you get live versions also. That doesn't count.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
This is a reimagining of With or Without You, okay? And I'm wondering what you think of it.
Acoustic version.
Yeah, a reimagining of the song.
See the stones sit in your eyes.
Nope.
To me, the first thing I thought is it sounds like you doing Bono.
Should I wait?
Without you.
Yeah, and his voice is way too far in the mix up front.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
not working. No.
The word cash grab came to mind.
That was painful to hear.
Yeah.
I was rooting for them.
Yeah, and Bono's what, 80 now?
I can't live without my villa.
Bono, humanitarian.
Yeah, he is. I'm sure he's a fine guy.
His
How
fight
old
against
is he?
AIDS.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
How old is he?
I'm looking right now.
Bono Vox, Mike. Paul Hewson.
83.
He's 62.
Okay.
My age.
He's younger than you.
And Mike, you're generating new content every day. You're not rehashing old stuff.
I can't live with or without my lease on my white car.
So, Mike, anyway, that's what they're up to. It's easier than making a new song, I suppose. Now, I don't know how you feel, but sometimes when Oscar goes on a jag and starts and maybe texts us like 14, 15 consecutive texts at night, it can be slightly annoying because he's bored and he's sharing TikToks with us. However, sometimes he finds gold. He does find gold sometimes.
I'm trying to help you do your job.
I know, but sometimes...
Slightly annoying.
Well, there's a lot of...
it's kind of initiative that it's not only because he's bored, he's actually passing that along for, maybe something we can... We've used a bunch of them on the show.
We have,
right?
and this was the one
to be a friend, you have to be a friend. I can't even say it. Damn it.
To make a friend.
No.
Damn it.
No, that's not I forgot what it is.
When you're over there,
have
you're
a
over
friend,
here.
you have to be a friend.
Yes, yes. Rob.
Okay. Anyway,
thank you.
This woman explains in a very clever way that men are like boys, and all you need to keep your husband happy is a honey bun.
Men really are not complicated creatures, like, at all. Like, my toddler here and my husband, exact same person, mini, fun-size version, and then king-size version, right? But he was crying, he was screaming. I'm like, what am I going to do? Thank God I have a honey bun. There it is in my purse. Resolved everything. My husband is no different. There's no issue that man has that he can't go get a little Debbie cake about and be resolved in like 5 minutes. They are that way from day one.
So just carry a honey bun, ladies. You'd be set.
A lot of women don't realize that, but I believe we are. We are ridiculously simple.
I love that she referred to a 3-year-old as a fun-sized version of her husband.
Also, can I be honest? And I think we all, to be real, and I know there are exceptions to every rule.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about kids or Father's Day, what do we talk about every Father's Day? What does Dad want? Dad wants to be left alone.
That's right.
It's funny though. It's just like there are times on the weekend when my son is like, Dad, and there are just times when it's overwhelming.
Have you ever been sitting with your wife and there's a pause and there's like a commercial on TV and you just start chanting to yourself, please don't talk. Please don't talk. Please don't talk.
That might be yours.
Then maybe that's just me. I don't know.
That might be you.
That is hilarious.
Never out loud. It's my internal monologue.
Right.
Please don't talk. No. We just got to get back into the reality show. Have you heard of it? She was trending over the weekend, Mike. Did you hear about Ketchup Karen?
Ketchup Karen? Oh, somebody had a meltdown?
Yes. Now, she asked for extra ketchup on her hamburger. And she thinks they're making fun of her because there was a lot of ketchup on her hamburger.
Oh, like they got obnoxious?
Now,
with
what
it?
you need to know is that she claims that it's an important thing because she's on a diet and the ketchup has sugar in it. The burger looked like a double-double.
Well, wait a
to
minute.
me.
Wait. She wanted more ketchup.
Yes,
though,
but
right?
she says that too much ketchup is a problem because of all
but
the
if if that's her philosophy, then she shouldn't order more ketchup.
Tell me about it.
The amount of ketchup that goes onto that burger when you see extra ketchup.
Yeah.
You get what you get.
Exactly. Anyway, This is obviously someone was videotaping, so the audio is not as clean as I hoped it would be, but you definitely hear her slam the burger down on the counter under her hand. And yes, there was a lot of ketchup.
I asked for extra ketchup, and I got what is this? What is this? This is so much ketchup. I can't eat that. Are you making fun of me because I'm on a diet? Sugar and ketchup? How do you know you're on a diet? You okay? I'm upset.
Now, I understand that ketchup has some sugar in it. But if you're on a diet, don't buy a double-double.
A burger might not be the best idea in the world.
Not your best play.
Got the wrong audience. You can't go get the ghost pepper wings at Popeyes and say these are too spicy.
Are you making fun of me? All right. It was released over the weekend, I believe, that the most streamed show of all time. And I'm sorry, I take that back. The most streamed show of 2022 was Stranger Things.
I can see that.
And it streamed for 52 billion with a B. 52 billion minutes.
It's incredible.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I like to celebrate that with our final tape today. Here is a blooper from Stranger Things that they just can't get past the word grandma. And it's a very intense scene, so it's very apparent that they should not be laughing.
Your mom called. She needs you home right away.
Is everything okay?
No, I don't think so. It's your grandma.
What?
It's your grandma. No, I don't think so. Such a crazy season.
Ready?
Okay.
You got this.
It's your grandma.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. It's your grandma.
The word is so funny.
I can't do this.
Mike, the grandma was okay. And that's all I got for
grandma.
It's your grandma. And he said, one time he said grandma, and one time he thought he could fool him by just saying grandma. And that made him laugh too.
Still did it. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode, ladies and gentlemen. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara saying, so long, everybody.
Please don't talk.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at michaelmarashow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello.
I think I just wet myself.